Hey mamas, you're listening to the Balanced Working Mama podcast, the only podcast teaching you how to balance your work, motherhood, and wellness. I am Dr. Amber Thornton, clinical psychologist and mama wellness consultant. Each week we dive into tips and strategies and much more so that you too can become a balanced working mama. Let's dive in. We're going to chat about the community. Nikki, where are you? I don't see your request. Okay, maybe I can, here we go. Okay, I invited you to join. Oh, there you go. Hi. Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good. I feel like I haven't seen you in so long.
I know, right? We're on these Instagram streets every day, but I feel like it's been forever.
Right. I mean, I feel like I've been talking to you, but you and I used to communicate a lot more frequently because we were working together. And now you're balanced, you're well. And so you were like, you know what? I got this, Dr. Amber. So we talk less frequently now, but it's okay. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to talk to you. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time out to just chat with me tonight because, as you know, I'm very excited about the community and I wanted to talk to you about it because I know that you also care about Balanced Working Mama and just hoping that we can chat about that together this evening. Yeah. But maybe let's start with some introductions because I feel like there's people on here that know you. There's people on here that know me. But I can start. For anyone who is not familiar with me, I'm Dr. Amber. I am a clinical psychologist. I am a mom. I have a 2-year-old and a almost 8-month-old. I lost track a little bit. I'm also the founder of Balanced Working Mama, and our mission is to really help millennial working mamas to find the balance and wellness in motherhood. Because what we have seen, especially with millennial mamas, is that motherhood is just really different now. It looks very different from how our moms used to do it, our grandmothers used to do it, and for good reason because the world is different. And so now we are trying to navigate how motherhood can look. And what we know about millennials is that we prioritize rest, we prioritize wellness, we prioritize health and well-being, and we're trying to figure out how do we do motherhood and have all those things. And that's new. And so that's why we are so excited to have our community because that's what our mission and goal is going to be. So can you introduce yourself?
Sure. So I am Nikki Johnson. I'm here on Culture Montessorian, where I kind of document my journey as a homeschooling mama, specifically a Black homeschooling mama who also works full-time. I work full-time as an attorney, and you can find my law practice over at Trusted Trademarks, where I help small business owners. Most of my clients happen to be mamas who are, of course, doing all the things for their kids, their families, and their businesses. And my goal with the Culture Montessorian has really just been to kind of bring a new perspective to homeschooling. We see Black people homeschooling, but we don't see Black people who are also still invested in their careers and working full time and doing it. And so I wanted to give face to that. I am also graduates, alumni?
Both.
I'm part of the Balanced Working Mama program, okay? It changed my life. I am forever a supporter, and I will sing Dr. Amber's praises to whoever will listen.
I appreciate you. Honestly, I don't know if you know this, but you have sent several people over my way. I don't know if it was directly or indirectly, but I've definitely had a number of mamas who are like, Nikki has raved about you. I found you on her page. I started following you there. And so I'm just like, oh. And also, Coach Christina and I connected because of you. She and I always talk about that story about how you were working with both of us and you told us both hey, I love y'all both. Y'all need to talk. And so now here we are. I don't know. I think you know this, but Coach Christina is going to be a big part of our community for essentially the first few months. She's going to be our health and fitness expert. And so mamas who join us for that first round of the community, they will get to have access to Coach Christina, because we're going to really make sure that mamas know how to implement fitness into their wellness journey. And she's going to do that.
She's going to, yeah. Where was this when I first had my baby?
Right? I feel like we all needed it, but I mean, we're here now. And so I'm just so excited. So excited. Wow. But yeah, let's chat. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know where to start. I just know I'm excited about the community, because I know that, like you said, you've been a member of the Empower Wellness Program. And I know that one thing I often say is that the community essentially came because of y'all, because in the Empower Wellness Program, I saw so much about how community was just a really big part of that. And honestly, I think of you a lot too, because hopefully I can share this, but I know your goal in the Empower Wellness Program when you were there was to, one of your goals, because you eventually switched because you achieved your goal. One of your goal was to really improve social support and really like think about that differently. And I just think you did such a great job of that, because not only were you able to like restructure how you think about seeking support from other women, but also you then became a really pivotal part in the group itself in terms of like connecting women. And now you're just doing it like on your social media and on your platforms. Like, look at you. And so I think about that a lot, of how the Empower Wellness Program was really the start of me seeing how important community is. And now I'm wanting to really just branch off and really start community. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you. I loved the Balanced Working Mama program. Like, it was just, I feel like I said this all the time, it was everything I didn't know that I needed. Like, even just being a group of 5 or 6 other women for us to like go through our goals and be like, oh, like we all basically have the same goals. They're just worded differently, or, you know, fit our lives differently. Or for us to be in our little group chat talking about all the things that we're dealing with, and we're all dealing with the exact same thing. I know for me, when I first became a mom, I felt like I was just kind of isolated. Like I've talked about this on like my channel before. I deal with pretty severe postpartum depression, and I didn't have anybody to talk to about that. And that was a whole like mental health condition, and didn't realize I was suffering through it. And, you know, I had my core group of friends, and I talked to them, but they didn't see it either, because I'm high functioning. I have it all together. I'm doing all these awesome things when, you know, in the middle of the day, I'm crying because I don't have enough time to wash all the clothes. And had I had like a community of people to talk to, where I felt safe to have those conversations with them, and not like, you know, I was a burden to them because I'm all sad and miserable, it would have made such like a huge difference for me.
Yeah.
So I am excited. I am really, really excited.
Yeah, me too. And I think, you know, one thing you said about being high achieving or like functioning, I think that comes up a lot, especially with Black women. And Balanced Working Mama truly is a diverse and a very inclusive space, but a lot of our mamas are Black. We're Black mamas. And so many times when we are suffering, when we are struggling, nobody can see it because we are so highly functioning. And I think that's just something that we've learned over generations of like, you know, I know that like this has been I don't know, kind of like a narrative in my family upbringing of like, it doesn't matter what happened. You just got to keep going. Like you just got to keep going. And I think that's a lot of what Black moms carry, like this feeling of like, well, it doesn't matter that I'm sad right now. I've still got to go. It doesn't matter that I'm tired. It doesn't matter that I'm tired. It doesn't matter that I don't feel well. I still got to figure this out. And so that's why I also really love Balanced Working Mama, because I think it's a lot of us coming together and realizing that that has been our narrative, and we're wanting to break that, but also learning to recognize signs within ourselves, because we're all talking about these things. Like we're talking about what exhaustion feels like, what burnout feels like, what depression feels like, what anxiety feels like, and also like realizing with one another that like that's just not okay. It's not okay. Yeah.
So what is the community gonna like look like? What is it gonna feel like? Is it gonna be therapeutic, where like we talk to you and we get the Dr. Amber stuff, or is it going to be like just a conversation with your girlfriends kind of thing?
Honestly, it's going to be both. It's going to be both of that. Because when I was thinking about the community, there was a lot that I thought about. One, I wanted to make a community that had a little bit of me in it, but that also could like get so much from all of the other people within the community. So it'll absolutely be moments where it's like you're just chatting with your girlfriends. Or hopefully, my goal is that all of us in the community can become so connected with one another and become so close to one another that we can be vulnerable and very transparent and talk about really hard things. You know what I'm saying? As long as we feel safe. And my goal is to make sure that everybody in there feels safe from jump. Like, as soon as you get in there, we're going to build and work on safety. But it's going to feel like warm, fuzzy, cozy, vulnerable, and safe chats with your girls. But also, there's going to be some moments where you do get Dr. Amber, because I also feel that I want us to learn what balance means. I want us to learn what wellness means. And sometimes we get that by teaching and learning. And so my role will sometimes be the expert to teach and to really help people understand how to do these things. But also, sometimes y'all gonna get this other side of me where it's like, look, I'm tired too. I'm tired of these kids too. I'm exhausted today. Like, it's going to be a mix of both. And I'm excited about that, truthfully, selfishly for myself too, because I don't want to be the only expert in there. Like, I need this community just as much as y'all do. And so that's why I'm also bringing in other experts. So, like, for instance, Coach Christina is going to help out. Every quarter, we'll have a new expert to help teach us what balance looks like, what wellness looks like. And so it'll definitely be a mix of both.
I love that.
Yeah, me too.
I think I saw a question in there.
I did too. I saw a few questions. Let's see. I know I saw a question about price, and I definitely want to talk about that because I've been like dropping the price every now and then here and there. But the price of our community is going to be $38 per month. And so, one really special thing that we're doing for our founding members, and the founding members are mamas who join us in January. Keyword founding, as in you have founded the community. You're amongst the first to join us. You get a lot of special perks. One, you get to like essentially build this community. You get to help me understand what works, what doesn't work. Give me feedback. Do you like that? Do you not like that? So you really get to help build up with where we're going. You all get access to our motherhood wellness assessment, something that Nikki has taken several times, actually. Yeah, like you get access to that. All of our founding members will get that once they start, and then periodically through the lifetime of your membership, so that you can understand where you are specifically with wellness. But then also, one special thing that I'm doing for our founding members, because I appreciate y'all for giving this a chance, is that however long you're in the program or in the community, you'll still get that founding member price. And so it'll be $38 per month, no matter how long. So 5 years in, once the price has continued to go up, whatever, you're still going to be there $38 per month. And so again, I wanted to do that because I think there's something special to really being amongst the first, to like try something out, to really trust it, to really help guide it. And so that is what it'll look like for that first go round. Let's see. Did we see any more questions?
I don't think so. Somebody said it is low price. Mm-hmm. That is like less than a gym membership, and it's got way more value.
Yeah.
Way more. And how? So, like, there are other, mom groups. How is this one going to be different?
That's a great question, and something that I think about constantly, because there are several mom groups. There are so many, y'all. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you and pretend like we're the only one. Like, we're not. There's a lot of mom groups, but there's a few reasons why this one is unique. One, this mom group is unique because we're focused on our wellness. And so if you notice, a lot of mom groups that you might see, there's either not really a specific focus, or they tend to lean towards parenting a lot. And so a lot of questions about like, what do I do with my child? What do I do with this? This is happening. How do I handle this situation? We're going to have a little bit of that because essentially you all get to talk about whatever is on your mind, but we're always going to be going back to, all right, but how do you feel? Like, do you feel well? Are you balanced? How do we help you get from point A to point B when it comes to your well-being? Like, that is our goal. And so mamas who join this community want wellness. They want balance. Like, yeah, they want a sprinkle of like, what do I do if my kid does this? But also they're really looking for, how do I make sure that I'm not dreading the next day? How do I make sure that I'm not exhausted all the time? How do I make sure that I'm thriving? So that's one big way that our community is going to be different, is because it's about us. I think another thing that is unique about this community, and again, something my husband always reminds me, like, don't forget this part. This community was built and facilitated by a whole clinical psychologist, me. And so, sometimes I forget that I do have this knowledge that can help people because I'm so focused on like, well, I'm a mom too. And that's what I love about this community, is something that I can relate to you all because yes, I got 2 kids too. And y'all, I'm tired as well. And I get to help and really put in all of the knowledge that I have about wellness and well-being and psychology and mental health and all of that into the community, so I know what works. And so I think that's unique too. A lot of our mom communities, nothing wrong with it, but a lot of them are created by just other moms who are wanting to facilitate community and connection. However, this one has a sprinkle of expertise regarding what wellness actually looks like and means. So that's unique. Also, because our community is going to be diverse and inclusive, and there's just not a lot of communities that really center the needs of Black mothers. I think that one is huge as well. So those are the reasons why ours will be different, and it'll be good.
I like it.
Yes.
I like it. So now, I always got on my lawyer hat. You are the professional, but joining this group is not like group therapy. You're not answering anybody's. Okay. You're not anybody's counselor or therapist. This is just a group, and you bring your expertise.
Thank you for mentioning that, because let's repeat that. Let's repeat that. And you know what? You and I are actually going to chat tomorrow about some legal things. I'm excited because, again, Nikki is an amazing attorney, you all, especially for small businesses. And so she's going to help me tomorrow with a few things. But I do want to make sure that anybody who joins our communities know, yes, I am a psychologist. However, you entering into this community does not establish a therapeutic relationship with me. We are not doing therapy. We are helping to facilitate community. We are offering information and education about how to find balance and wellness. And we're doing that in the power of community. This is not therapy. So don't, something happened. Don't y'all try, oh, Dr. Amber said this, it didn't work. So now what? No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
What about, so how will we talking? Is there an app? Is it going to be like meetups?
Yes.
What is it?
Yes. These are all great questions. And so we are going to be primarily on an app called Mighty Networks. And so Mighty Networks is an app for virtual communities. And so I don't like to use this example, but it's an easy way to think of it. Think Facebook, but for communities. Has nothing to do with Facebook. It's essentially like a social networking app for virtual communities. And so I like it because it's specifically for communities, but also I like it because it's private. And so there's not going to be any outsiders in our group. There's not going to be anyone who hasn't subscribed to Balanced Working Mama. Only members of our community are in that group. And so what it'll allow you to do is when you join, you can create a profile. You can add as much information as you want. Like you can say where you're from, how many kids you got, what you do for your job, what's your wellness goal, all this stuff you can add. So people in the community can look and say like, oh, I can relate to her. She lives here, whatever. You get to share yourself on there. And then there's a place where we actually can discuss. So it's kind of like a feed where anybody can drop a comment, drop a question, drop a discussion. You all can respond to those things. You can message directly with a specific mom. Like all those things can happen. So that's going to be happening like 24/7, however long y'all want to be on there. But we also will have weekly sessions on Zoom. So every now and then we'll come off of the app and we'll do stuff on Zoom virtually. And so the Zoom sessions are completely optional, but highly recommended because essentially the time you invest in our community is what you will get back. The more time you spend with us is what you'll get back. And so if you're available to attend one of our sessions, and they can range from topics of like fitness, health, balance. Sometimes it's just straight up accountability. Sometimes we might just have a straight up session of like support, which y'all need. It doesn't matter. We'll have those on Zoom. So we'll always have something going on at least once a week, but every now and then we'll have bigger events that'll happen, maybe like monthly or quarterly, depending on the topic as well.
I love it.
Yeah.
I have one more question.
Mm-hmm.
What? So you know my life. So I'm hearing this, and I'm like, oh, one more thing I'm gonna have to put on my to-do list. How do you, like, for the mama that's like, oh, I want to do this, but I don't want to have anything else that I have to do. Yeah. How does that mama change her perspective, or how should she think about it differently?
That is a great question as well, because like you, all of us, I think, feel that way at certain parts of the day, of the week, like feeling like, damn, I don't want to add anything else because I'm already tired. I'm already overwhelmed. I'm already exhausted. And so my goal is that this won't feel like something you have to do. This is going to be something that you get to do. And so this is going to be the place that you can come and just be you. This is going to be the place where you can just come and like breathe, because essentially our community is pouring into you. It's not taking away from you. And so if you find yourself thinking like, oh, I have to do this, then I'm going to be completely honest with you. This probably isn't the time for you to join our community, because you need to come into our community feeling like, oh, this is something I get to do for me. This is my special place. This is my happy place. This is my time. And so I want the vibe to be like, oh, I get to be in community with this women. Like, I get to have my session with Dr. Amber in the community tonight. Like, oh, I get to come and just be there with them. Like, that's going to feel good. And so if there ever is a moment where you're like, oh, I don't want to do it, just don't go. Like, you do not have to come to our Zoom sessions. You don't have to do any of this, because all of this is optional. And that's the other thing I really love about this community too. With Empower Wellness Program, you really did have to attend most of the things to really get the full benefit. With the community, you get to determine what's best for you. It's like we will throw a bunch of things at you and you get to decide what is going to be beneficial and what won't be. And so really, listen to yourself, follow your gut and your tuition. If something's for you, take it. If not, that's okay too. But definitely come into the community feeling like this is something I get to do because this is my time to be with me, to do something that's going to fuel me. Because our goal is to fill you up so that you can then go and be the best mom, be the best woman that you can be.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'm excited.
Me too. I'm so excited. It's going to be good, y'all. It really is. And Nikki, I appreciate you just chatting with me about this, because I think, I don't know. I just think this is going to be so good, and I'm so excited, and I really have appreciated your support so much. And I know that we have to go soon, but if anybody has any other questions for me, or if you want to ask Nikki what her experience was before, definitely let us know either now, or you can reach us separately off of here when we're all done. But I want everyone to really feel very comfortable about your decision to join us in the community. I want y'all to be excited about this. I want y'all to know that this will be a very safe space, because something I said in another live is that, I am very serious about making sure that we feel safe in this type of community. There's never going to be anything about like, oh, balanced working mama or judgmental space is not inclusive. No, because I want everyone to feel safe. I want this to be a very non-judgmental, open, welcoming space. And that's important because we can't open up, we can't be vulnerable, we cannot connect if we don't feel safe. And so I want people to know, like, this is going to be a safe space. This space is for you. We are here for you. And I think one thing that will be very surprising, or hopefully not surprising, but what'll be like a breath of fresh air, is when you join our community, you'll notice that women want to connect with each other, because we all are coming together wanting this very same thing. We want balance. We want wellness. We want to feel good. We want to be in community with other women who also want that too. So I'm just so excited for it. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Yay. Oh my gosh. Oh, someone's giving you a shout out. I want to shout out Nicole because I found her as a homeschooling mom and she introduced me to you, and I cannot wait to join the community. Hey, I'm excited. Well, definitely make sure, maybe send me a DM so that we can connect. But I'm so excited for you joining the community too. And Nikki be having the connections, honey. She has connected me to so many people. Literally so many people.
I mean, look, I will ride with you till the wheels fall off. But I tell you, Dr. Amber is just life changing. Like, I don't have words.
No, you are so sweet. Well, I appreciate it. But I'm gonna let you go because I know that you got a lot going on.
I want to jump because it's nighttime and I got balance.
Oh, okay. What? Girl, look. Me too. Look, as soon as I get off of here, I have nothing else to do but go wash my face, brush my teeth.
Okay, and I do my 15-minute face thing every night.
See, look at it, balanced. And look, that's what we are going to learn in the community. So if anyone wants to get there, join us.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you so much. I know I'm going to talk to you tomorrow. So I will talk to you soon. I think it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. It is tomorrow. I'll talk to you tomorrow. But again, anybody who has questions for me about the community, please hit me up, DM me, reach out to me, ask me anything you want about this community. Otherwise, I'm so excited for you all to join. If you already know you want to join us, you actually can go to the website now. Just click the link in my bio. It'll take you to a page. You can read all about the community and then request to join. It will not let you join tonight, but what it'll do is it'll send me an email to let me know that you're interested. And then what I will do is make sure that you have the link as soon as we open. So that's it. All right, y'all. Well, have a good evening. Thank you, Nikki, again. And I will talk to you all soon.
Bye.
Bye. Hey mama, thank you for listening to the Balanced Working Mama podcast. If you love this podcast, please be sure to rate it and share it with another mama that you know. And don't forget to follow me and Balanced Working Mama on Instagram. I'll talk to you soon.